The Belgian Royal Palace has just pulled back the curtain on something extraordinary, releasing a photograph of Princess Elisabeth that no one has seen before, perfectly timed for her birthday celebration. This isn't just another royal photo opportunity or a standard palace publicity shot. What makes this image so compelling is the deliberate choice to share something intimate and previously hidden from public view, raising questions about why now, why this particular photograph, and what message the palace is trying to send about the future heir to the Belgian throne. Before we dive deep into what this reveals about Princess Elisabeth and the carefully orchestrated image management of modern European royalty, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like icon, and drop your thoughts in the comments below because this story has layers that go far beyond a simple birthday tribute. The photograph itself represents something much more calculated than spontaneous royal generosity. When royal houses choose to unveil previously unseen images, they're making deliberate strategic communications decisions. Every photograph released by a palace has been scrutinized, debated, and approved through multiple levels of royal household management. The decision to hold back certain images and then release them at specific moments is a well-worn tactic in royal public relations playbooks across Europe. For Princess Elisabeth, who stands as the heir apparent to the Belgian throne, every public appearance and every released photograph contributes to building the narrative of who she is and what kind of monarch she will become. The palace's choice to mark her birthday with this unseen photograph suggests they're in the midst of a careful rebranding or repositioning of how the public perceives the future queen. Princess Elisabeth of Belgium occupies a unique position in the landscape of European royalty. As the eldest child of King Philippe and Queen Mathilde, she became the first woman in Belgian history positioned to inherit the throne directly thanks to a change in succession laws. This constitutional shift means that Elizabeth carries the weight of historical significance beyond her years. She's not just another royal figure attending ceremonial events and ribbon cuttings. She represents a fundamental transformation in how Belgium approaches monarchy and gender equality within its constitutional framework. Every move she makes, every photograph released, and every public statement carries the burden of proving that this progressive shift in succession was the right choice for the nation's future. The timing of this photograph release deserves particular attention. Birthdays in royal families serve as more than personal celebrations. They function as strategic communication opportunities where palaces can control the narrative, share carefully selected information, and shape public perception. By choosing to reveal a previously unseen photograph rather than commissioning a new official portrait or releasing a standard publicity image, the Belgian Royal Palace is signaling something specific. They're saying, look at what we've kept private, look at what we're now choosing to share with you. This creates a sense of intimacy and privilege for the public, making them feel like they're being granted access to something special, something that was previously reserved for the royal family's private archives. What makes this photograph particularly intriguing is what it might reveal about the person Elizabeth is becoming away from the public eye. The Belgian royals have been notably protective of Elizabeth's privacy compared to some other European royal families who've embraced more open media access to their heirs. Princess Elisabeth has been allowed to develop away from constant media scrutiny, studying at prestigious institutions including her time at UWC Atlantic College in Wales and her military training at the Royal Military Academy in Belgium. These experiences shape who she is as a person and as a future monarch, but the public only sees carefully curated glimpses of this development. An unseen photograph from the palace archives might capture a moment that shows a different side of Elizabeth, perhaps more relaxed, more genuine, or more revealing of her personality than the formal images typically released during official engagements. The photograph also needs to be understood within the broader context of how European monarchies are adapting to survive in the 21st century. Royal families face an existential challenge of remaining relevant in increasingly democratic societies where deference to hereditary privilege continues to decline. Young royals like Princess Elisabeth represent the monarchy's best hope for maintaining public support and justifying the institution's continued existence. They need to appear relatable enough to connect with ordinary citizens while maintaining sufficient mystique and dignity to justify their special constitutional position. This delicate balancing act plays out in every photograph released, every public appearance scheduled, and every carefully worded statement issued on their behalf. Behind this single photograph lies an entire apparatus of royal image management. Professional photographers, communications advisors, private secretaries, and senior royal household staff all play roles in deciding which images get released and when. The palace likely has thousands of photographs in its archives, capturing Elizabeth at various stages of her life, in different settings, showing different aspects of her personality and experiences. The choice of which photograph to unveil for her birthday involves careful consideration of what message they want to send. Is this an image that shows her in a moment of joy, suggesting the human side of royalty? Does it capture her in a more serious, contemplative pose, emphasizing the weight of responsibility she carries? Or perhaps it shows her engaged in activities that connect her to important causes or demonstrate her preparation for future duties as queen. The public's fascination with royal photographs extends beyond simple curiosity. These images serve as cultural touchstones, markers of time and change within institutions that represent continuity and tradition. When people look at photographs of Princess Elizabeth, they're not just seeing an individual young woman. They're seeing the personification of Belgian national identity, the link between past and future, the embodiment of constitutional principles, and a symbol of how their country chooses to represent itself to the world. The decision to reveal a previously unseen photograph taps into this deeper psychological investment that citizens have in their royal family, offering them something new to discuss, analyze, and incorporate into their understanding of what the monarchy means. Share this video with anyone who follows royal families or is interested in how modern monarchies manage their public image. Comment below with your theories about why the palace chose this particular moment to release this photograph. The strategic communications decisions made by royal households reveal fascinating insights into power, tradition, and adaptation in contemporary society. Princess Elizabeth's birthday photo release is just one small piece of a much larger puzzle about how hereditary institutions justify their existence and maintain relevance in democratic societies that theoretically embrace principles of equality and merit-based achievement. The unseen photograph phenomenon also highlights the scarcity principle in royal public relations. By keeping certain images private and only releasing them at strategic moments, palaces create artificial scarcity and heightened interest. If every photograph ever taken of Princess Elizabeth were immediately made public, individual images would lose their power to generate attention and discussion. But by carefully controlling the flow of visual information about royal family members, palaces ensure that each new release becomes an event worth noting, analyzing, and discussing. This calculated approach to image distribution demonstrates the sophisticated understanding royal communications teams have of media dynamics and public psychology. As Princess Elizabeth continues her journey toward eventually assuming the Belgian throne, every photograph released about her contributes to building the historical record of her preparation for monarchy. Decades from now, historians will look back at these images to understand how she was positioned publicly, what aspects of her personality and preparation were emphasized, and how the palace navigated the challenge of presenting a young woman being groomed for one of Europe's remaining constitutional monarchies. The previously unseen photograph unveiled for her birthday becomes part of this permanent historical record, a data point in the larger story of her path to queenship and the evolution of the Belgian monarchy in the early 21st century. What do you think the palace is really trying to tell us by releasing this hidden photograph now? And what does it reveal about the future direction they envision for Princess Elizabeth as Belgium's future queen?